Hi, Katie! Welcome back to Let's Play Bloodborne for Katie, a video series where I play Bloodborne to show it to my sister Katie. Get the fuck out of here! Alright. I'm in no mood to play around, because now we're going straight to the cleric beast. We're gonna get our revenge. Luckily, we can just head straight there. Don't even gotta bother with those werewolves or that big angry mob. Or even these guys, but you know what. Just for the sake of it. Holy shit, right? I could not believe that worked. That was, I'm so glad I got that on video, too, because that was, truly one of the finest moments I've had at this game. Now here's me deciding if my setup of items on my quick menu is really ergonomic, and then deciding that, no, it's fine like this, and, that's gonna come back to haunt me, as you'll see, because this fight ended up being, pretty scrappy. First off, I'm just trying to get him with some fire damage, because he is, as a beast, he is weak to fire. And the oil urns are, you know, augment whatever fire damage you do, so... I'm trying to keep away from him and pelting him with some of my consumables I've saved up. Yeah, and here I run into the problem of, oh, you know, my oil urns are after my Molotov cocktails in my chain of consumable items, so I ended up tabbing over to the next thing and trying to use it, and it was a Bold Hunter's Mark, and it asked me if I wanted to go back to the lamp, and I was like, no! No, I want to set this guy on fire! So, that's... embarrassing. Anyway, now he's down to half health and we're out of Molotov cocktails. Let's fight him for real. And by fight him for real, I mean get hit a lot and be very confused and the camera doesn't know what to do. Anyway, here's how you really fight this guy. A good tactic for these big beast guys is to stay on their ass. Getting behind them. They're very limited in what they can do to you. Especially on this side. On his right side, where he has the smaller arm, it's a much better place to be than on his left side where he has the bigger arm. Because that big arm can do a lot of damage to you. Smaller arm, if you're staying behind him like I am, he can still swipe back at you with that. But it does pretty minimal damage, and with the rally mechanic, you can make back what little you'll lose on each swipe. Unless it like, staggers you and gets you into a stun lock sort of thing, but it's not gonna do that to you. You're good at this game, like me, right? Yeah, you can see he's bitch slapping me, but I'm not really taking it that hard because I can tank those hits and power through and get that health back, and I ended up even staggering him there. These games do track, you know, your sort of stagger... Your posture. Dark Souls calls it poise. I don't know if this game has a word for it. It's kind of an invisible mechanic, but it does play into how, you know, how many hits you can take before you end up staggered and end up susceptible to being hit more or even visceral attacked. So, anyway, that's it for the Cleric Beast. Clerics transformed into the most hideous beasts. Yeah, before the Old Hunters DLC came out, people thought that that might be either Ludwig, who is mentioned there, the first Hunter of the Healing Church, or Lawrence, who will hear from later was the first vicar of the Healing Church. People thought that one of those guys, I forget which, was the Cleric Beast. That's not the case. Cleric Beast is just, we don't know who he was. He was just a cleric. And, well, shit. Can't go that way. Guess we do have to go through the sewer. But did get a few handy-dandy blood echoes from doing that, so...
What is it?
Might as well level up.
Stand close.
Just one level up. Let's get a little bit more stamina.
Farewell, good hunter. May...
Anything good to buy? Ooh, a hand lantern. That's gonna be useful. You can light up dark areas while keeping a weapon in both hand. There's also this. Killing the Cleric Beast unlocks this. This emblem will let you open a gate later on. And it will allow you to skip an entire area if you want to just, like, power through. However, it costs 10,000 blood echoes, so you are going to need to grind for it at this point in the game. There's also the Kirk Hammer and the repeating pistol, weapons that, well, the Kirk Hammer I'll be showing off later. I don't tend to experiment with the guns in this game. The repeating pistol fires 2 shots per shot, or 2 bullets per shot, so, eats through your bullets quicker than the other ones. But, you know, if you're going for a blood tinge build, it's going to be good for damage output and staggering guys, so... To each their own. Anyway. Well, killing the Cleric Beast felt good, but progress-wise, it was a bust, so... Let's go to that other place that we, approached, but did not venture into, because I know, as the person who has played this game before, that there's a boss there, and I didn't feel like fighting him yet. Now, believe it or not, those rags that the Brick Troll is wearing actually does give him more defense. Like, noticeably, you know, if you hit the regular Brick Troll and then hit the one with the rags on him with the same attack, it will do less damage to the one with the rags on him. Amazingly, just putting a shitty little piece of cloth over yourself like that in this world, by definition, makes you better at taking hits from a serrated giant saw. Of course, as a professional, doesn't stop me, baby. Alright, let's get to our little spot to bait these guys out. And, check this out. Ba-ba-da-ba! Again, very glad I got that on video. That was, very cool. That was not very cool. I am bad at judging distance. Real talk, in real life, I feel like I never properly learned or was taught how to estimate distances by sight. I might have told you this already, Katie, in real life at some point, but I feel like... Oh, it's like 50 feet away. Okay, I don't know what the fuck that means. I don't know why you expect me to know what that means. I don't have 50 rulers. I don't have a tape measure on me right now, nor do I feel like walking over there. I don't know, it just feels like one of those things I was supposed to have learned at some point, and I just didn't. Alright. Now, the name of the game here is Stealth. Now, amazingly, that slam actually has a small AoE, area of effect, because it did hurt the other guy even though I wasn't targeting him. Took off a bunch of his health. And I guess I don't think it counted as a backstab for the second guy who I didn't visceral. But it did take off like half of his health. That was incredible. Anyway.
Beasts all over the shop. You'll be one of them, sooner or later.
Alright, time for one of my favorite boss fights in the game. This is Father Gascoigne. If that name sounds familiar, it's because, well, we're holding his daughter's music box. So Gascoigne fights with the Hunter Axe and the Blunderbuss, I think? He can be a formidable opponent. I really like the setup of these first two bosses in Central Yharnam because they really are kind of like, this is what you're in for. You're in for big old beasts, or you're in for, pretty deadly encounters with hunters like you, who have similar skill sets.
Enough to make a man sick.
And who are pretty chatty. Luckily, he's susceptible to visceral attacks. We're in his second phase right now, where he tricks out his hunter's axe into the long form. And you gotta watch out with this guy. But playing the music box stuns him. Remember, his daughter said that when Daddy can't remember us, like now, for instance, we play the music box to remind him. So playing the music box in battle gives him some sort of flashback, reminds him of his humanity before this happens. And it gives you an opportunity for a free hit. 'Cause I know you like that. Yeah. Anyway, now that he's fully transformed into a beast and the music is insanely good, I like to fight him up here for this one because all the graves around give you cover in the first phase, but I find that I just tend to get stuck on them in this third phase. Music box still works on him in his beast phase. He will automatically transform into a beast if you play the tiny music box for him 3 times before he's transformed. Even if he's at full health, he'll transform into a beast. But we managed to fell him. And we got the key to the gate just beyond here for our troubles. So yeah, in case it wasn't obvious, the Yharnam is under the scourge of a beastly plague. The people are turning into beasts, and not even the hunters are immune. Even a hunter of the church like Father Gascoigne, or whichever cleric turned into that the giant monster on the bridge. Not even they're immune to becoming beasts. And well, oops. Looks like that was that girl's mother, and Gascoigne's wife. Yeah. I think I'm gonna go ahead and not tell her that her parents are dead. Just gonna go ahead and make that brooch into a blood gem, and just go ahead and not talk to that little girl anymore. You can give her the brooch and tell her that her mom is dead, and it is the results are as heartbreaking as you'd think. There are a couple NPCs in this game who their quest lines, if you can call them that, are such that just talking to them the first time means that the events are set in motion that will lead to their deaths. And the little girl is one of them. Bergenworth's spider hides all manner of rituals and keeps our lost master from us. A terrible shame. It makes my head shudder uncontrollably. Me too, man. I'm always saying this. Anyway. I just mentioned blood gems, and we just got a blood gem. Now we can put them in our weapons. This will allow you to, add buffs to your weapons. We're going to be picking up a lot of blood gems throughout this game, and I'm going to be switching them out and putting them in as we get new ones. Largely off-screen, I think, or sped up because it's going to be boring. Anyway. Welcome to Erin Chapel. This, as they say, is where the real Bloodborne begins. But for now, let's go home. Oh, hey, Gehrman. What's up?
The moon is close. It will be a long hunt tonight. If the beasts loom large and threaten to crush your spirits, seek a holy chalice, as every hunter before you has. A holy chalice will reveal the tomb of the gods, where hunters partake in communion. Most of the holy chalices lie deep within the tomb of the gods, and the few that found their way to the surface were lost again in the hands of men. But if the old hunter tales remain true, one of the holy chalices is worshipped in the valley hamlet. Yet the town is in disarray. It was burned and abandoned for fear of the scourge. Home now only to beasts. The perfect place for a hunter, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, so a couple times in the early game, Gehrman will show up here and direct you towards the next sort of place of interest. What he's alluding to there is, you mentioned the Valley Hamlet, but we can think of a town that was burned and abandoned. Sounds kind of like Old Yarnum, like we read in that note. That the Healing Church blocked off the bridge to Cathedral Ward as Old Yarnum burned to the ground one night. Perhaps that's our next destination. As for the Holy Chalices, he is referring to a thing we'll find when we get to Old Yarnum. And I'm going to get it, but for those in the know about Bloodborne, I'm not going to be doing really using the chalices that much. The chalices unlock what are called Chalice Dungeons. Some of these graves here, not the ones here, but the ones on the other side of the hill, are
Very well, let me...
places where you conduct rituals with the holy chalices, as Gehrman said, to
Farewell, good hunter.
travel into the Tomb of the Gods, or the Chalice
Welcome,
Dungeons, as it
Over
were.
time, countless hunters have visited this stream. The graves here stand in their memory. It all seems so long ago now. Farewell, good hunter. May you find your worth in the waking world.
Thanks. Yeah, the Chalice Dungeons are, I believe, procedurally generated dungeons full of tough enemies, but, you know, lots of good items and upgraded materials. I'm not going to be doing them because I've never done them yet, so not going to be doing them in this run, sorry.
Oh, well, hello. Splendid. Let me ask you a small kindness. You're soon off to hunt, I presume? Then, if you find any survivors, tell them to seek Yusefka's clinic. Upon my Hippocratic oath, if they are yet human, I will look after them. Perhaps even cure them. This sickness, these beasts, they are not to be feared. This time the night is long. I may be trapped here, but I should do something to help. I'll even offer a reward for your cooperation. Tempted? Well, off you go then.
Changed your tune from last time, huh? And your voice sounds like... That's weird. Anyway, we got some loose ends to tidy up in Central Yarnum, so, here's some music. Stopping here to, marvel at my supremely bad luck because I fell down here into the rat mosh pit I consciously avoided last time and almost died. Oh no, oh no, oh no. Okay. He's gonna bite me when I get on the ladder, but that's fine. Ow, okay, it's fine. I'm getting out of here, Okay. Oh, shut up. Get out of here. Fuck you. Alright, now give me an item. Give me a... Okay, you know what? You can keep it, actually. Hey Gilbert, what's up? Hey, I killed Father Gascoigne. Oh, do you not know who that is?
You needn't concern yourself with me. I'm afraid I'm of little help now. But before I did this...
Ooh, a firing
I made
can.
more use of it, but perhaps you... What afflicted me was incurable. But this town gave me hope. Their strange blood bought me time. I was most fortunate. Unharmed by the plague of beasts. I can even die human.
It would suck if the beast plague was in the blood or something. Right. Who's this fella?
Oh, you must be a hunter. Very sorry. The incense must have masked your scent. Good, good. I've been waiting for one of your ilk. These hunts have everyone all locked up inside, waiting for it to end. It always does. Always has, you know, since forever. But it won't end nicely. Not this time. Even some folks hiding inside are going bad. The screams of women folk, the stench of blood, the snarls of beasts, none of them's too uncommon now. Yarnum's done for, I tell ya. But if you spot anyone with their wits about 'em, tell 'em about this here Erin Chapel. They'll be safe here. The incense wards off the beasts. Spread the word. Tell them to come on over. If you wouldn't mind.
Oh, well, he's the best character in the game. That's who he is.
So what is it now? Are much better ways to pass the time. Unless you found me a nice, safe place. Well, what do you know? An outsider worth a lick of salt. Well, don't just stand there. Don't you have work to do? Go slit some throats. Get this mess done with.
Okay.
Welcome home. What is it you... Very well. Let me...
Yeah, so now we know of 2 safe places for people to take shelter, so if we meet anyone else who isn't turning into a werewolf, then...
Farewell, good hunter.
You know what, let's just tell them about the chapel for now. There's something a little sus about the clinic, as the kids say. Anything good to buy? Oh, yeah, this is me checking if I can buy bloodstone shards yet. Nope. Well, I guess it's back to Cathedral Ward, and I'll see you next time.